Hey guys, it's the plant doctor here coming from you from the greenhouses at Sneed State. It is currently January the 13th, and what I'm doing, we're going to do a winter yard maintenance update. What I'm doing in my yard to ensure that going into spring that things are the way that I want them to be. We've been doing these monthly updates with the yard maintenance, and in December I didn't do one. If you've been following the channel, you know that my father and father-in-law both passed away within the last few months, and so December was really dedicated to family, and I did not allow for an opportunity to film in December. I just wanted to spend some time with him. So we're going to do a December/January update, because whatever I would have been doing in December, I'm also doing in January. So the first thing I want to talk about is leaf cleanup. What I'm doing with my leaves that are falling in my yard is this. I am, the stuff that's in the turf, I'm running over it with the lawnmower. I'm chopping those leaves up and just more or less just leaving them where they're at. The leaves that have fallen in the flower beds, I've covered those up with pine straw. I usually pine straw this time of year in the winter. Once all the leaves come down, I'll go ahead and pine straw over those. I've done that now for about 7 or 8 years in this yard, and that has really enriched the soil in my flower beds. I've got some nice decomposed leaf material that's in there, and the plants are really thriving in that. So the soil health in those flower beds is really good. In terms of pruning, what am I doing in terms of pruning? I'm going through and I'm pruning things like ornamental grasses. So the plumage that was so fancy in the fall is starting to look a little ragged. So I'm going through and things like pink mealy grass and maiden grass, I'm cutting those off about knee high. So we're pruning grasses. I'm also pruning panicle hydrangeas, not macrophyllus. So I'm not pruning Nico Blue. I'm not pruning Endless Summer. What we're pruning are things like Limelight and Bobo, some of those cultivars in the panicle family, because those bloom on new wood. I'm going through and I'm pruning those back at about knee high as well. So we're pruning grasses, we're pruning hydrangeas. Occasionally I'm going out and I'm shaping up some boxwoods a little bit, but there's not a whole lot of pruning going on right now. Remember your May rule when you prune. If it blooms before May, we're not pruning right now. We're going to prune that stuff immediately after it flowers in the spring. So things like rhododendrons and azaleas, forsythia, do not prune those right now, because what's going to happen is you're not going to have any flowers when it's time for them to flower. You're cutting the buds off. Okay, so remember your May rule. If it's blooming after May, if it's blooming on new wood, it's okay to go ahead and prune those now. Also, I've pruned back my perennials. So I have a large perennial garden in the backyard, and I've gone ahead and I've cut those back pretty hard and covered that area with pine straw as well. In terms of turf maintenance, so back in the fall, in October, I put down simazine on the yard. It is a great pre-emergent that has some post-emergent properties. I noticed last year I had a small little area of poana pop up, despite the fact that I put down simazine, and I thought, well, maybe I just missed that area when I was spraying. I was careless, I missed this little 10 by 10 area. This winter, I made sure to hit that area, and what I saw, that area got bigger. That's telling me I have simazine resistant POA in that area. So what I've got to do is go back through and put down a post-emergent on it. I'm going to go get some image, and I'm going to spray that area with image. It should take care of that poana grass, and hopefully we'll get rid of all the simazine resistant POA. And so when I go back next fall for my pre-emergents for POA, they'll work again. Sometimes that happens. We'll occasionally see POA become resistant to simazine or pendimethalin, and basically just spray that out and then go back with a different pre-emergent the next year. If you spray it all out, if you get 100% of it out with a post-emergent, most of the time you can go back with the pre-emergent that you used the year before and be okay. But just be on the lookout for that. That's something I'm starting to see a little more of, is this pre-emergent resistant POA. It's starting to pop up. I talked to some of my fellow green industry people in the Birmingham market, and they're telling me the same thing. They've seen some POA that's popped up that's pre-emergent resistant. Other than that, I've been doing a lot of planting of seeds. I've collected perennial seeds. I've collected Japanese maple seeds, and I'm starting to pot those up. I store those in a refrigerator, in a crisper, for 2 or 3 months. I'll start collecting seeds in October, and then usually this time of year in January, I'll break those out and I'll start potting those up, and I'll have a new crop of plants that I grew from seed here in the spring. Guys, thanks so much for watching the Plant Doctor. I hope this helps you with your yard maintenance here this winter. If you have questions, if you have comments, please put them down below. I'll do my best to answer all those questions. I appreciate all the likes and the thumbs up that we're getting. And until next time, this is the Plant Doctor.